Amos prophesied from approximately 2 years before the Great Earthquake to 2 years after the quake. This was during a time when Israel was at the height of its political power, but the people were spiritually and morally corrupt, constantly forgetting about God, and the rich and the powerful were oppressing the poor. Not much is known about him. Most of the dates when he prophesied are speculation. However, one of the issues he probably dealt with was the fact that he was a southerner preaching change to a well-off northern kingdom. Amos is usually pictured as a blunt rustic compared with intellectual urbanites. It's possible that he was even beaten for his message. So what was it about his message that got the northerners so riled up? Well, God was planning on destroying Israel because they refused to repent of their social injustice. Amos said to them, "Away with the noise of your songs, I will not listen to the music of your harps, but let justice roll on like a river, righteousness like a never-failing stream." Amos declared God's justice, but most of the people rejected the message. In chapter 7, the priest Amaziah of Bethel tells Amos, "Get out, you seer, go back to the land of Judah, earn your bread and do your prophesying there." And so Amos was kicked out of Israel for quote-unquote raising a conspiracy. No one wanted to believe what was coming. Another non-biblical source that references Amos is the Lives of the Prophets, which says that Amos was from Tekoa, and Amaziah, the priest of Bethel, had often beaten him, and at last Amaziah's son killed him with a cudgel, striking him in the temple. While still living, he made his way to his land, and after some days died and was buried there. So what role does God play in the book of Amos? Well, God's primary role is to be the judge and the executioner of those who have refused to obey the standards of justice. Many verses in the book of Amos portray God killing, destroying, or sending fire and plagues among his people. Chapter 2 says, "I will send fire on Judah that will consume the fortresses of Jerusalem." However, God goes on to remind his people that he had rescued them before from Egypt when they had experienced injustice themselves. And chapters 4 and 5 remind Israel that God is the creator and ruler of all. Amos is perhaps the first biblical prophet to deliver God's threat of exile against his people. In chapter 6, he says, "Therefore you will be among the first to go into exile. Your feasting and lounging will end." He lets Israel know that a judgment day is coming upon them, where all their evils of idolatry, murder, slavery, theft, and turning away from God will be confronted, and only those who are faithful will survive this judgment day. There is no future for Israel. Amos says, "Surely the eyes of the sovereign Lord are on the sinful kingdom. I will destroy it from the face of the earth, yet I will not totally destroy the descendants of Jacob, declares the Lord." You see, Amos also speaks of Israel's restoration. At the end of chapter 9, Amos explains that God's grace will prevail and Israel will be restored. God brings judgment to Israel in order to restore them to a right relationship with him. He says, "In that day I will restore David's fallen shelter. I will repair its broken walls and restore its ruins, and will rebuild it as it used to be."